Hey, what are y'all doing here? Uh, Minecraft modding. A great way to start this off of. Uh, yes. Look, I have just absolutely no clue what I'm doing here, so I'm gonna making things as is. So, you know what, let me first go off of what the, whole entire idea of doing this stream. So, I decided to, watch a Luxintrus video. And now I have a modding idea. So yeah, let's get on with it. So, you're gonna see my entire modding process. This is what it's gonna be. So tell me if my audio is way too loud or something like that. I have absolutely no clue. Um, so yeah, I gotta figure this out now. Okay, thanks. You know what, let me first actually do something. Let's see. Fun. Forgetting the name now. Oh yes, that's what it was. We're gonna be using the greatest app ever. If I can get my mouse to work. Paint.net to tell what I'm trying to do. God, I'm very unorganized for this, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so here's the main plan. I saw a Luxintrus video. Going over that again. Can you shut up? Can you shut up? Okay, so I saw a Luxintrus video. Basically, Luxintrus basically just said, uh, here you go, Luxintrus. Here you go, Lux. Here you go. So basically, they said that, the F3 menu, you know, the little, hold on, that's gonna be horrible. Uh, Hold on, we gotta bring in images, we gotta bring in images. Okay, so you see this, right? You see this. So yeah, uh, yes, got it. F3 menu. Okay, F3 menu. Look, it's there. So, this individual right here decided to say, oh yeah, so what is the point? Okay, so should we have the F3 menu? And they were saying like, oh yeah, so here's some mods that were doing it, like, you know, we're doing things that weren't using F3 menu and making it actually diegetic. Which, diegetic and non-diegetic is the points of, this F3 menu is non-diegetic, and the lava in the world is diegetic. Uh, so the thing is that, basically they're making a point where, so yeah, the F3 menu should be still here, it should be there, but also what are things that can basically remove the usefulness of the F3 menu? Main point was uh, I just gonna point to it, the XYZ menu. Basically, a lot of people have been using this, even though there's been ways that Mojang have been trying to do with, like, say, the lodestone. Uh, Hold on, I'm like, just, yeah. So, I didn't want to turn it on. My mouse is like slightly broken, so, deal with that. So yeah, here's the lodestone. Basically, they're saying that, the F3 menu can be resolved with the lodestone if it was good. Now it's made with iron, with surrounded by chiseled stone bricks or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it needs work still because you need a compass. I'm too lazy to Google search compass, so here you go, compass. Uh, very normal directions. Okay, so yeah, the compass. You have only one compass. Uh, one compass that can only work with this thing. And say if you want to have like 200 of these, you need 200 compasses. Here's my idea. Um, so I was watching through the video, and they were talking about their mod, whatever it was called again. I can't remember now. Uh, uh, I forgot the name now. Spectacles. Basically, spectacles was a thing where they have custom. They have these lenses that are connected to these they have like these I'm forgetting the name now. You look in one end, you see out of the others, it zooms in. Magnifying glasses, whatever it's called. Oh, I can't remember. Basically, they have like these little like lens items. Uh, these lens are a menu that is similar to the actual bundles, where you have like you know, yeah, like basically just it's a bundle full of lenses built into the thing. What I decided to think is, why don't we just have this feature as one compass? So rather than 200, but with this feature, it's just one. Truly, that was all understandable, and definitely not just me ranting on for 5 minutes. Let's get back to this. Uh, so first of all, let's go with the great name. Uh, let's see. We're off to a great start. Now I actually think about this now. I got the best name. Oh, okay. This seems fine. Ignore that. Everything's very up to date. I didn't make the project, didn't I? I created cancel. Awesome. We're gonna be doing in Fabric, Java 1.21.5. Let's see. This seems fine. Yeah, there we go. Let's create it. There you go. Now the project's actually being made. So welcome to everything. I just gotta make sure. Awesome. Okay, we're off to a great start. This visualization has been stopped. I don't care. Look at this is building. I hope this doesn't show anything. Okay, so we have plant data gen. I forgot to. Okay, we're going to obliterate the thing again. I forgot. I need to separate them. Hold on, just a close project. Cannot. Oops. This is off to a great start. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Also, I realized that my thing wasn't working. Oh, I just realized that many things aren't working. Awesome. Okay, you know what? Whatever. You'll look at it later. Actually, you know, I'm... Okay, that's annoying. I gotta do this now. I gotta open settings. Hold on. Hold on. Don't you... Okay, maybe everything's just being stupid. Okay, whatever. You keep watching this while I keep fixing things. Of course, I'm messing up things. Okay. Do a new project this time. Make this fabric. Java 1.21.5? Uh, yeah, I think point 0.5 should work. Now, we're not going to be splitting sources. That's the main issue. I'm going to have to look into using data gen again because, it's just... It works. Okay. So now here we are again. This may take a moment because I need to redo everything again. It's gonna have to be building this. Oh boy. I was creating Git repository. Cancel. Uh-oh. There's a slight issue. Oh, never mind, it's working. Okay. Issue averted. So... Okay. This is very normal. So now we're gonna be basically just making compass. That's basically what it is. So I can probably do it once, the whole thing builds. It's just the fun things. I have to wait for this whole project to build, which can take like 2 minutes or something like that. Don't you love this? You know, while we're waiting for this, we can actually make the compass item. Alright, before I forget, I actually need to pull it from the files because they won't work. Don't you love when you have to pull things from actual Minecraft assets rather than pulling it through just some online thing? Actually, there is a thing online. There's a GitHub repo that basically is just the Minecraft assets. I would have to go to 1.5 assets, Minecraft. Let me pull this out actually. Or just not. Okay, here we go. So there's a, really nice thing called Minecraft assets. It may be this guy, maybe other people, but basically it's very useful because you can see I have the textures to everything, hopefully. So I want to grab the item of the compass. I forgot. That's an issue. because the compass has 22 different states, I'm gonna have to download each of these. Maybe it's better just to actually going on to an unpacked thing for my assets. Okay, never mind. We're going into the other option. We're going to the folders. If I can actually spell app data correctly. So we're gonna go versions. Figure out which one I have the actual jar extracted. I don't think I have actually any of them extracted. Okay, so actually we're gonna be going back into actually doing this again. Um, Look, everything is awesome. 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's 31 states basically. It's just going through all this. I could have just done something better. Hold on. First grab this and that there. Okay. So I remembered a better option. This is gonna make things much easier. That is much better. Oh, that just shows everything my downloads. Hopefully it was fine. Yeah, once this is downloaded, you basically just ta-da! Now I don't have to go with all the fun things about downloading all like 200 of that. So you go Minecraft, textures, item. So yeah, as you can see, like different 60 states of. That's why everything is weird. And there's 31 states of compass. Copy this. And now we're going to put this in the pack. Hold on. I gotta figure out where. I'm gonna go put this in the project here. Source. Let's run. Source main resources. We're then gonna be doing lodestone compasses. Lodestone compass. And then I just gotta remember, so we're gonna be doing this, so it's gonna be assets, textures, item. Basically, what you usually do is that you basically mimic how this is. We have to do assets, Minecraft, textures. I don't need actually assets. I think. Okay. I'm forgetting things, basically. It's been a moment. Okay, so it's in textures item, and I believe that's it. So let's see, get all the compasses in here. all the compasses without doing weird shit. And pop it in there. Now, don't you love all 30 things? And for some reason it's decided to automatically make a GitHub, or make a early version of the GitHub, so you're gonna see green for a while. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and now we have Minecraft as well. So I can actually show you a better version of what that's gonna happen. So while that loads, so now we have all 30 states of compasses, which is gonna be basically, I forgot how many states of compasses there are. For some reason, there's like two that's like 1 pixel off, as you can see. You know. Shut up, Minecraft. Nope. Nope. No. No! Okay. We're gonna have to turn off a couple things. Okay, there we go. Oh, one more thing. My mouse is slightly broken, so you're gonna have to deal with this for a while. There we go. Don't you love the toast? Okay, so as I was saying is that, lodestones. Nowadays, they're just, what is it? Oh, I forgot this do things like that. So in the newer Minecraft versions, I don't remember if this is what's gonna be right now. But basically, the recipe is going to be oh, it's right now. Okay. So newer versions is gonna be iron and chiseled stone bricks. Before it used to be netherite. Luckily, we're gonna be using iron now, so that's gonna make lodestones much, easier. So you can have like hundreds of these. Nice building blocks if you really want to. So the main issue is that if you want to go, I thought those were the compass. Okay. But if you want to have basically a compass attached to it, get this, and it then doesn't. It only works on one lodestone basically. If I actually represent this much better, if I go there, there, and there, just do this. Okay, so now basically, I get this lodestone hooked right here. It only tracks this one, but what if I want to also get this lodestone here? Say if I have like 20 different lodestones, I'm gonna have a compass right here. So now this tracks this one, but then this one tracks that one. You can basically rename it on an anvil, but having like, say, 200 of these in your inventory is gonna be an absolute nightmare. Because now you can only hook this one up and then this one up, so first of all, it gets confusing if you have like 20 of these. And then now you want this one, you can't exactly hook another compass, or you're gonna have to lose one of these. So now I can't reach this one, but I only have access to this one and this one. Now I want to make a mod where basically I want to have only one compass. Basically, let's do this way. So a bundle. You know how in bundles, if you basically have bundles, you have like you be able to do hold many different things. Bundles have I can put bundles into compasses, but that first means I have to make the compass and do all that fun stuff. But what if I just want to actually have one compass that does the exact same thing as a bundle, but not as a bundle? Rather than basically, pulling out an item from this, it just changes the compass's location. That's what we're looking at. So first of all, let's look at. Do I have? No, we don't have that yet. This is the fun thing about modding and basically doing this is that you have to basically generate all the things because I don't think all my external libraries are here. Oh, there is. Now here's all the assets for Minecraft, which I could have gotten from here. I just gotta do fabric, and sources of fern. This will also generate all of the sources for Minecraft. Basically, what it does is that it allows you to generally just. I see. Awesome. But it generally just allows you to look at Minecraft code without the need to searching online for things specifically. Rather, you can just do, uh, here we go. So look at compass. Right, if there's the compass item and errors. Okay, so here's the compass item, extends item. I'm also gonna like kill this because it's like breaking. I'll just use gen sources, basic gen sources. So here we go. The compass basically extends as an item, and it has lodestone compass name. So this basically has the. Okay, so I can try and explain what I see. So first of all, the compass item is extending a basic item, which is item is all of this. It extends all of this. It becomes this, but a bit more. Um, so let's see. What it does is that it has item.setting has glint item stack returns. So it has. Okay, so I see. Let's see. Gotta use some block. Yep. Okay. So there's so every inventory tick it checks the lodestone. So it checks lodestone first, and then it does. This is compass item, yeah. Iris. So basically, be making this. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a new thing. Item. Lodestone. This. I want to make this basically a specific item of itself because more of what I want to do is basically get a compass to convert into a lodestone compass item. So this will be interesting. So there we go. So yeah, those are compass items. Then extends its own settings. So your settings are all of this. Basically, it gets in all of its translation keys, components, features, stuff like that. It is what it is. Okay, so basically we're trying to make a compass item in the end, so we're recreating this. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be ignoring specific things. Like, what I probably want to first do is basically make it as a compass, and then, just go on with that. Actually, while I'm at it, I want to make a new thing called LC items. So basically, LC items are just going to be the, it's generally just gonna, what it's gonna do is, auto, like, import everything. So what it's gonna do is that it's gonna have the list of the items I'm importing to here. So I'm gonna put, like, say, the lodestone compass item into here. Not that exactly, but oh wait, no, I opened that. So puts this item in there, and then I put this into here, so that it initializes all of the items that I have in here. Makes things easier when it just makes things easier in the end. Really easy. Okay, so let's see. What's the plan's gonna be? It's gonna be first making the actual thing. I also have the fabric documentation, because that's also pretty useful, especially when changing into different versions. This one, for some reason, is only showing 1.21.4, though it shouldn't be that bad because it's just generally the same thing. Da, 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 da. Yeah, because, say, basically, one of the most important things are this. Especially when you're trying to go into developing stuff, really useful. Because it basically just tells you, so like, creating your first item. Look at this. Say like, here you go, public static register. Like this registers the item, the item keys, factories, stuff like this. Really useful. I might not use it, though I just have it here just in case, because there's things that are on here that can get pretty useful. But first of all, let me actually set up the items. So what we're gonna be doing is that there's gonna be a, I can spell correctly, public. So we're gonna basically make a public class that's gonna be importing from item, which is gonna be register items. Basically, what it's gonna be doing is that it's gonna make a public class, so that means everything can access it, and it's gonna be it's gonna be based off of an item class. So whatever item classes are gonna be inside of here is going to accept register items. So then, actually, I'll do that. So this will be string, would be the name of it, and then item. Okay, so then this will return registries.register. No? They always keep changing it. Oh, that's why, because I'm porting the wrong one. Don't you love when things want to be weird? Okay, so registry.register. So this is gonna be registries. Like it wants to be cooperative of an item. Identifier of. Now here's the interesting thing about newer versions as well, is that because there is identifier of, and then there's identifier, there's like identifier, new identifier. It gets weird sometimes. Oops. Okay. So identifier of, and then let's see. We're going to do. Oh yes, I almost forgot about one thing. Public static string is. Oh, is it again? It was equals. I haven't done a bit of modding in a while, so I'm gonna be rusty. Okay, so string mod ID equals. This is gonna be lodestone. Now I want to just put this in the dictionary because it's gonna get pissed. Oh no. Actions. The dictionary. Okay. And since this is Java, we're going to be forced to put in the semicolon because that's what it is. Okay, so now we're going to be doing lc main.modID, and now it's going to be name item. Then we're going to be doing a public static void register lc items. We don't really touch that. Basically, what's going to happen is that okay, I can explain what I gotta do now. So basically, what happens is that once we're in the main, we go through initialize. Initialize will uninitialize basically goes through everything what it needs to do. So usually in Minecraft, there is its own version of uninitialize. This will initialize things like the renderer, hold on. Here you go. it goes through, checks activates OpenGL, starts rendering, making buffers. Um, it goes through, say, initializing the blocks. Let me see if I can find Minecraft. If it's somewhere. Somewhere. It's somewhere. Let's say client of main. Here we go. So, even though this is technically a lot more messy, everything that runs is gonna be first in the main class. Well, I have a version that's saying on initialize. This is what's gonna be is just shoving it into the main class where it just runs things. So generally this is gonna be the hook into everything because in main there's a lot of other things that you lead into. Well, initialize basically just shoves itself into that and says, okay, yeah, I'm also here. So like if I go to lc items dot register lc items, now it will basically register all the items in this class. What's going to happen is that once this runs, it's going to activate this class, which then say if I had a item here, which would be a public static final item, this would be a load stone this register item would be a load stone this spell properly, which then is going to be a new. Is there a compass item? There is a. Oh, right, that. Because there is this. What we're going to be doing is that since we're going to be having it specific, we're going to be having a new lodestone compass item. Okay. So this is going to be that. I don't remember what else it needs. What's something? Oh yeah, settings, that's settings. I say actually we can also reference this off of item. Item.class is basically where all the items are at. I want to look for compass. Item types. What was it? Item types, I think? I can't remember anymore. Uh, Where is it? Because I think it's that. Hmm, it's somewhere. I gotta remember what the item type is. I gotta remember. Let's just do compass. Uh, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, whatever. I can just add it. Usually there would be something in there, but I can't remember the because I thought it was item type. Usually what that was, or maybe. Oh wait, items. There you go. Items, not item type. There's multiple things. Like I think there's entity type, which I was thinking of. Yeah, here you go. Minecraft entity type. Basically, this will go over all of the entities. So if I want to say zombie, oh look, zombie. For some reason, there's items, and then, you know. Okay, so first of all, I'm looking for a compass. So you go, there's compass and there's a recovery compass. Let's look at the compass. Oh, well there it is. And as you can see, I'm basically referencing off of how Minecraft actually does it. So if I go to items, uh, that's actually just not new, just a lodestone compass item new. Generally that. Of course, this is getting errors because this is not an interface. Because compass item is going to be new compass item, which this is, I mean, this is a class that extends an item. Let's see, trying to look at what, yeah, this is basically a public class that extends items, so there's something I have to do, but right now this is going to be being pissy. Because now what's going to happen is that it's going to load this, going to register the items. Once this will open up here, which will then say, okay, so register items, then it'll run through here first. Then it realizes that there's a public static class that is a lodestone compass, which then will register the item, the lodestone compass, and then it'll make a new lodestone compass item. The only issues right now is that there's not really much of an item there, it's not a functional interface, as you can see from the error. So, we gotta make that work. So, from reference, this is then basically okay, let's first unpack what this is meant to be. So, first of all, it can have a glint. It returns the data component types, which is a lodestone tracker, and has glint stack. So, let's look at the data component types of lodestone tracker. So, tracker, register ID, builder, integer codec, packet codec. Okay. My guess is what's happening is that it's so it has a component that says it's checking a lodestone. This will then check the network to see what the network, not more just like the actual packets, send a packet to the server to see if it's actually having a compass that's led to, so it then connects to that. Trying to see. Probably. Main thing is public void inventory tick. This is basically meant to check whatever is connected to. I'm also trying to figure out where it's getting the main thing I'm trying to figure out is items compass. So here you go. Here's what I was talking about, that the compass earlier. Recovery compass. Yeah, I think there's just these three. Hmm. Your ID compass item is no. Recovery compass is new item settings rarity. Interesting, because nothing really that says from this one. Hmm. Okay. So, and then it's also important to look into. Actually, I'm not even sure if I'm going to use the data gen. I really don't know much about it. I don't really mess with it. Oh, here's the perfect time. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna look at now. Okay. So, also the interesting thing is the documentation's kind of in the middle of like porting, because there's docs.fabricmc and then there's the wiki.fabricmc. For some reason, there's like two different types right now. One's currently being ported into the documentation, while the wiki is still there. So I'll have to look at this. Body. The annoying thing is that the thing is that basically it's now just, I don't know, there is data generation. Okay, awesome. So let's see. Advancement, recipe, block model. Okay, so we're gonna be doing block model generation. First, we're gonna put this right here. There we go. Okay, block model so let's look at the gen setup. Okay. So first of all, we already have data generation set up. So now we're gonna first need to actually set this up. First, we need to create a model provider, create a test that extends fabric model provider, implement both abstract methods, and lastly, create a constructor method. Super. For the class and a data gen for entry point and on initial. Okay, so this is technically all been set up right now. We actually don't need this anymore. Block states and block models, which we're not gonna be using. Doors and trapdoors, custom block models, parent block model. We're not really gonna be doing this. Custom model. Okay. Public static model, vertical slab. Hmm. So let me actually look at this. So this is custom using texture map. Oh, that'll be interesting. I wonder if you can actually use a actual texture map for the the compass. That would be interesting, but I'll probably do that in the future. Ba ba ba. Some blocks. So yeah, this is custom block models, then block states and block model. Basically, I'm making a basic item model, which is the thing. I mean, let's look at Minecraft. Let's look at what Minecraft does in the end. Because the best way to reference this thing off of is just how actual Minecraft is. We're actually going to assets Minecraft. We're going to be doing to models, item, doing the compass. Oh, I forgot. There's like 20 of these. Oh, we're going to need those as well. But we're going to have to basically... Actually, never mind. We're not going to be doing that because they're data gen that. What we're trying to do right now is see if we can actually data gen this stuff. I prefer not to make 31 textures for this. Wait. We do have 31, okay. See, we have compass 0, 0. No. Trying to see, because there's 31 different states. At least I'm not doing the clock, though. There's like 63 different states of that, which is fun. So, let's see. You got compass item. Then we're going to item, compass, has glint. I'm not really seeing anything that points towards north. The one thing I'm confused about. Inventory, inventory tick, item stack, stack, server world, entity, entity. Available equipment, equipment. So first of all, this checks the lodestone, and then basically checks if it's null or not equal null. If it's not equal null, then it would ignore all of this. Checks if it has this component, which is the thing that I'm gonna also have. This main issue I'm gonna probably run into is actually going to the switching point where I want to switch it to different types, which is the main issue about also holding it in one thing. Hmm. With the block position, so this is like use on block. Basically, it grabs whatever it is. This sets the data component to lodestone tracker. Oh, that's interesting. Forget an anvil. I don't know why I'm searching up there. Anvil, break these. The hidden little feature. If you name an anvil, you know, at a compass, basically, if you put here, you gone. Basically, guess it doesn't work. Hmm. It says to get the lodestone compass name. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's the item name. Okay. I'm being a buffoon, as you can see. What it's doing is this. Yeah. Basically, once it interacts with it, it becomes a lodestone compass. Let me see. Track component, and then there's a component fix. Nothing else. Okay. That's just the one thing I'm wondering is that you know, naturally, Minecraft has a compass that tracks north. I want to let it click. Basically, this is north. It tracks north. This is like east, so it still goes for north, south, west, north in this direction. But where is that tracking in this code? Because it does a tick, it ticks. During every tick, it then checks the lodestone tracker component if it actually does exist, but it doesn't check north? There's something missing. Let's see, blocks, data component types, lodestone tracker component. So, the thing is that this compass item, go to items, compass item leads back to this. It makes me wonder. I forgot that I went the wrong one. For item models. Yes, here you go. Condition, lodestone trackers, but its component is type of select. Causes cases attach micro model. Hmm. So it's all based on the interesting. Cases model type Minecraft range dispatch. Every compass that that's not this ain't Minecraft, this is image.io. If yeah. Huh. But this one. Oh, I see. So there's multiple different cases. It goes from 16 to 30. I mean, yeah, 32. No, 31. And then goes back to 0 to 15. Oh, 16. Okay. Probably like target spawn. Okay. There it is. So it's all basically done in the item, in the model. Done in the assets rather than normal. So I don't know if I'm gonna use the data gen, because I don't really know how I could actually data gen the compass. But the fun thing is, I'm never gonna make it myself. Let's go. How fun. I really don't know what I can use for data gen. Let's see, if I look at this. We got block model generation. So let's see. This is translation, this is tags, this is advancements, this is achievements. Whoever calls it advancements is execution. Here's the recipe generation, here's loot tables, and then this block model. Hmm. Well, let's see. This is the entry point. Okay, build registry, JSON. What it's saying is that what we could do is generate. Oh, I see. The public. Yeah, so public void. Let's do generate. Um, item. Now there should be a item bottle generator. Here we go. Hmm. I wonder if there's data generators for this, right? Page says, I'll see. Tractor. Here we go. I'll rename a couple of these. Makes it look like not like LC main, actually it's LC client and LC data generator, because I do a bit things different, because usually some people just make it as the mod name. I like to do it as mod name and then what the main class is, what the client is, what's the data generator. I don't know where their version of data generator generation is. Because I'm trying to figure out about, you know, compass generation. Let me see. Wait, compass range dispatch entries? Register compass? So there is. This dispatch model entry list, create compass range dispatch entries. So there is. I really don't know about. Shut up. I don't know what I was talking about. Okay, whatever. Hmm. This would be model generator. Okay, that should be fix it. Now, I don't know why you're right. But okay. This should basically auto model generators. Okay, so we should do an item model generator dot register compass, which is then the lodestone compass item. But theoretically, this should data gen. Hmm. Data gen? No. Okay, you're just not being pissy anymore. Awesome. No, you are. Awesome. Question detect. Let's see. Where is an item? Minecraft item. Yeah, that should generate basically everything that I need to. I just need to figure out what's being pissy about. Maybe I should actually start working on the actual item rather than actually just doing everything else except the item. So let me reference this off of the compass item. So I really don't need to care about the compass lodestone stuff like right now. So what I need to do is actually do a public void inventory tick. Void ticks. This is gonna be this out. Yeah, this is gonna be an item stack server world entity entity. Yep, and nullable is equipment slot. I have that there just for now. There you go. So now it should be taking in the inventory. I won't really deal with any of the things. There isn't really anything else that you really need to do for this item. It's just public compass item settings. I do. Settings, super settings. I just have this ticking. Wire, what do you mean by expression? That's also the thing is that, items, you're still being pissy as well. There's not a functional interface. Because I'm being a dumbass. I'm forgetting something, ain't I? Okay, I'm forgetting something. There's compass item compass. Yeah, because item recovery compass. Public sacrificial item. A public sacrificial item compass, which is now registering that item. Which, this is its own thing. I really won't check right now. Yeah, then it's registering compass. Maybe it's because this is different? No, because it's just item, register, string, name, function, factor. This is just item, which is what I'm doing. The settings, item. Let me try this. Maybe it's just being busy. So yeah, so this should be function. This should be settings. Which one is it? Let's multiple different settings. There you go, fabric item. Oh, now just do fabric item because this is gonna be, it's gonna work better. What am I trying to do? Item and factory. Register key of ID. That's the thing. Yeah, because that's gonna be pissy. I don't really know why exactly. Annoying. I haven't made a mod in 1.21.5, but I know it should be generally the same thing. Item, yeah. Item, yes. Public item extend items settings with super settings. I don't know why it's being pissy like that. It should work. Keyword should. I'm not sure about the data generation though, because that's like, it is what it is. Because I don't know, this would be, maybe this goes in here. I don't know why that's being busy. Let's see, data gen, let's see if this works. No, yeah, I had a feeling. I highly doubt that was gonna fix it, but it was worth a shot. I really don't know much about data gen. So it's like, it works if it works, because like, if I try this now, it's not gonna work. Because it cannot find symbol. What? Patient class LCD. I have not a functional interface. Man, this is why it gets annoying trying to make Minecraft, like, your own things based off of Minecraft's code. Because for some reason, Minecraft has a couple of things where it's like, oh yeah, so we're doing it this way. But if you try to copy us, it decides to break. Of course, it's always so fun. You look online. Because then we have mods like the Explorer's Compass. It hopefully tell me what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Now, I want to do this. Or whatever. Okay, so yeah, here's its GitHub. This should hopefully fix it. My issues. Oh, let's see. What do you have? 1 point. You have it. Oh, 5. Epic 1.21.5. Awesome. Figure out what the hell's going on with mine. So, let's see. Items. You have that. Probably put yours in util. Item utils. No. Workers, maybe it's in here. People do different things. Gets confused. Yeah, here's the compass item. Let's see what they did. This is probably much different because it actually brings in checking biomes and stuff like that, which is a bit different than mine, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, it doesn't nothing really different than mine. I guess is that you just probably pumped it in here. Yes, you did. Do you have components specifically that you've registered? So yeah, you register everything in here. Register data to component type. Here you go. Okay, registries item, compass key, explorer's compass item. That one. Yes, new explorer's compass item. Yeah, this is basically just drive up at us. Oh, new lodestone item. Basically, just do this. Settings. I don't know why it just does that. Man, I love when things want to get broken. This. Which is another one that's okay. I think I figured out why. I go to IntelliJ and I just do this, and will it get pissy? Yes, it will get pissy. Oh, this. Let's actually look at its item again, because I have it as yeah extends item. Maybe I just don't have it as because this basically this goes over and it's like it's compass and it just says register item, which is new compass item. I probably shouldn't have done the colon new, maybe. Actually, it probably won't even make any choice of difference at all. Because it's basically a new item in the end. This is what that is. It's ID, the compass item, which is a new. It's basically what this is. So even if I do new, that should still work. And issue is that for some reason, this class is not being too happy with. I'm just gonna. Oh, what is it? Yeah, so let's see. We do that. Super new settings registry key max count 1. Wait a minute. Uh, yeah, but it doesn't really have any specialized keys. Because generally, it just what it does is that because this makes its own key. Yeah, registers keys of mod ID name and super new registry key max count 1. That huh. Let me try something. So white bundle item, which is a new item. So now we basically have new item dot settings. This would be max count 1. Yeah, this I do need to have that as well. The new item settings rarity. Because that's also one of the things I probably want to add to that. Interesting thing is that the compass also doesn't really have its own specialized data component, but I guess that's just because it gets appended to it once it gets interacted with it. Where's the compass? There it is. Yeah, it gets interacted the second it uses on blocks, which gives it data component. That's probably why it hasn't given onto the first one. Not a functional inter. Ah, look at something again. Look at another project I did so I can reference this off of something. Is okay, let me try this. So we're gonna do this. There. There. We go back to here. This will be settings. Fabric item. Just undo everything. There you go. Ta-da. There you go. Of course, it took way too long because I try to reference this off of what actual Minecraft does, and of course, it's being. Yeah, because this, for some reason, is item.settings, is super settings, and of course, it decides to not want to be cooperative, even though this is generally just the same thing. Ah, so fun. Okay, now here's this fun part. I don't know what to do about this. I'm gonna look at making an entry point again. Let's see what we can do. So, override public void generate block state models. Thing is, I just don't really know. Data generated. So wait, here we go. Model provider extends fabric model provider. Static interface model provider fabric output. So yeah, this would be generate item models. Item model generator, item model generator. Also override fabric model provider. Measure the class and the data generator and then the uninitialized data generator. So hold on. Client data generator, then we would have to make a LC model provider, which then extends fabric model provider. It's block item models. Why this doesn't exist. Extends fabric model provider, which then this is constructor. Output super output string get name. So now we should generally have as register this class in your data entry. So now it should be LC model provider dot what? Because then you're basically going into here. Because now I can basically, what I can do is generate item models and then place that into here. List on item, put that in there, but it still gets pissy because of expressions. The main thing is I just don't understand about that thing there. Because required to import that into here. Hmm. I haven't really done much of data generation, so it's gonna be interesting trying to get into this, but right now it's getting pretty fun. Let me see. Hold on. I wanna look at this. Look at this. So you do need a model provider. Hey guys, we're going back to the best person ever to to always go look at Calvin Joe. You know, best guy ever to look at this. Yeah, he makes a model provider, and then Jamley makes that, then outputs. Oh, so register. Uh, that. Okay. So I'm okay. So first, let's actually look back into what we're trying to do. So ignore all this. We're going to go back into the provider. So we're going to register compass. Um. Okay, I think I realized what it's doing. So now if I go to CZ items, not CZ, I mean LC items, another project I was talking about. So now we should go to lodestone compass. Then models dot. Actually, it just should be that, right? If I data gen this, this should work. Keyword should work. Two keywords, but I mean, should is the keyword. No. Exception initializer. I'm missing something. Item. Register. Item model. Yeah. I'm only registering a compass item. Okay, compass range dispatch entries item output accept item. So I'm missing something. What am I missing? Okay, let's see. So I'm generating item models. I'm using the item model generator to register a compass. It's gonna be them pulling from the LC items class, not the actual item. That's the issue, is going for the wrong class. I'm going for lodestone compass rather than the items. Yeah, because then this should generate. So there's the model provider, which then I also still need to actually type it into data gen. That may be the issue, is because I'm not typing it into data gen. Am I? Okay, I figured it out. There's a bit of a special thing right here. So you gotta do pack.addProvider. So now I can do output, which is gonna be a new LC model provider, then output. That should work. Yeah, this should be fabric data pack equals into fabric data generator create pack, then pack to add provider. Uh, I'm actually I gotta wait to look at those videos. Add provider LC model provider, which is new. I'm hoping that's just a. I'm just hoping that's fine. I don't know. Let's see. Which is like, oh yeah, so there's something right here where it's like, but what? So now there's an exception initializer error. My guess is that it's probably because I renamed it and it didn't rename it properly. Um, that is not what I wanted. That's not the name. Another project idea I've been working on. Yeah, data gen, LC data generator, LC client, and LC main. I actually put description. No. There we go. This is because it doesn't exist, because I don't have an icon yet. It's nothing important. Nothing important. Uh, Option initializer error? Item ID not set. Set. But we have item ID right there. Not sure why it's. Let's see. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. So, if I open the right window, go to data gen. So first of all, for some reason I wish it would be a bit more. Actually, that's probably something I could do in the future, is just modify this a bit. Because this is open source. What I can do is modify this. Just it depends on contribution guidelines. But let's see. Yeah. Item models. I need to get the name. I swear, if it's what crashing is the provider is just the get name, that's gonna be crazy. Not everything. Okay, so yeah, get name. Okay. Turn. Let's see, what am I gonna name this? Model provider. I don't know why we need a name, but okay. Your class and identity and within the some reason they don't have an item specific thing, which is kind of oop. I don't want that. Block models will be stick models method. Hmm. Oh no. Enhancement recipe table. There's nothing else right here. Please make sure. Item register, string names. Yeah, this is mod items. String name, item settings, item factory. Need the key. Unless I do need the key. Registry key, item key, registry of registries, item identifier of. Okay, that's just. Yeah, because then it's just registry key of. Ah. Let me just close this out. I'm not gonna need this for the moment. If I run client, what's gonna happen? Let's just see. Let's just see what happens if you run client. What error will it create? Initialization error. Item ID not set. Maybe you do need the key. Okay, let's try this. Let's get the item key. Registry, register, registries, item. String name, function, item settings, item factory. Okay, let's rewrite this because I think what's probably happening is that I'm currently screwing up things. Okay, so string name. That's obviously going to be the same thing, but the function's item setting, the item factory is what's different. Not what I did before. So function gonna be item dot settings class or u function item. This is gonna be item factor. Then we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna close this up because I can actually see everything. Then item settings setting. So then item dot settings. Okay, so I'm gonna simplify this because I don't think we really need this much. Well, I'll hold off just in case. Okay, I'll hold off because this. Okay, so registry key. So we need to make the registry key, which is going to be an item, which is named as the item key, and registry key dot of registry keys with an S item with the identifier of LC items dot not LC main dot mod ID, and then just name. So it's a bit different because what it used to be is that it didn't usually require an item registry key. It's just you make the item and then it's just okay, ship it out. There you go. Mod ID, ship it out. Bam, bam, done. Da da, da ding ding, da 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 da. You know, there's the item, then the item factory, which is then apply settings of registry key item key, and then we registry dot register registries, if I can spell things correctly. Registries item key, and then item. And obviously I could just return this. Oh, I could just return this. Now, as you can see, it's not being too happy because it's now, you know. So let's first go over what we were trying to do now. String name then is going to be the function of item settings item, which is the item factory, and then it goes into the items. Now this has been changed, because now we just need to do the lodestone item new, which is what makes this work now. And that's what was catching me up for a while. The new item dot settings, which is then gonna be item was it? What was it? I'm forgetting the name now. What was it? What was it? Mac count. 1. So after let's see, how long has it been? How long has it been? How long has it been? Let's see. It has been 2 hours. Awesome. Let's see. Can data gen work now? If it's actually having a key now. Yep, of course. When you actually do things properly, it works. Isn't that crazy? Where is my generated? There it is. Oh, you're off. Items, models. Ain't that crazy? Look at that. It actually works. Isn't that crazy, guys? Uh, I'm forgetting something else. I'm forgetting what was the name? Lang. Yes, there you go. I haven't done this in a while, so it's gonna be a moment. File en underscore us dot json. Now, I fear I need to actually, better yet, I know what I'm doing now. And I found while I was looking for this, there is a language generation. Okay. I'll do that rather than doing this because it's probably just much better doing this. I gotta probably actually move some of this. Let's see. I'll just leave in here for now, actually, until I decide to move things. So let's see, we're gonna do LC. This is gonna be English language provider. Translation generator. Okay. Link provider to extend language provider. This will be important. Are we gonna leave it protected? Yes. Super data output. We're not gonna be doing anything that specific, so we're just gonna do. We're doing English. I cannot speak any other languages. Can you? If you can, if you really want to support this mod, if I ever actually finish making it, here you go. I can only say in English. Everything else, good luck. Okay, so data output. I think that's all what it is. If I registry lookup, yep, data output English underscore US. Generate translation. Okay. Write it for each language unit. Generate. Example, English lang provider and okay. Okay. I see. So let's see. Oh, first of all, let's actually add this to data gen. Add provider. This will be LC English language provider new. I don't know why you're being busy. Shut the fuck up. Who fucking who? Okay. Let's see. Huh. There you go. Generate translation. Translation builder. Um. Okay. Now we do translation builder, which is gonna be an add. I'm guessing this is gonna be LC item up. Redstone compass. I can't believe we're making one data gen for only one item. Isn't that fun? And we're gonna make this lodestone. We're generally going to try and override the point where it actually changes it. Let's see if this works. Well, it didn't crash. I see the language. I might need to actually look into getting into data gen. This is actually really nice. Because I could just put it in there and look at this. It's made everything for me. Now if I make the client, this is probably just gonna work as is, hopefully. Until I make something absolutely shit broken and then, oh, well, there goes everything. Yeah. Hmm. That's a problem. I don't know. I think it may be working. I missed a step. Or more of I went ahead of a step. Let's see. I'm goofing things up. Check something. Actually, I think I realized what went wrong. I may have forgotten something. Okay, so if you check something, isn't there something a bit missing? Let me just point it out a bit more. I've got to put lodestone behind the compass. So I'm gonna have to do this for everything. Without misspelling it. Isn't this so entertaining? Isn't this so entertaining? It's so fun, so awesome. There's probably much better way to actually do this, but technically I can't use data gen for this because I can't actually generate. Oh, eh. Technically, you can generate stuff now, but it won't be good because you're not actually using. Well, you can use AI to generate stuff, but that's not really what it's exactly. Data gen's what it's exactly used for. Even though AI generation is kind of stinky if you do that. Because look, my opinion of AI is that it should be used as a tool rather than doing everything yourself. More just doing all the AI for itself. Like using AI to generate basic baselines or check over things. Like say if you want to check a writing, like oh yeah, so check this essay if there's a typo or if there's incorrect grammar, like something better. I should probably hide that. Hold on. Hold on. I'm just gonna do something easier. Okay, close Steam. Um, but yeah, AI should be used more of as a tool to help you, not do it all at once. Not like make your essay, but check your essay to see if it's good. Because at that point, it defeats the purpose of AI. AI was meant to be a helpful thing, not a thing that is meant to be used for as a do everything type of thing. You can try and use it. I mean, people have been making it work like that way, which is not really helping this whole situation in the end. Especially like, artists. Currently, artists are taking a big hell of damage from that. People are basically just using AI art to actually do things rather than, it just, rather than just assistance. So that's just my stance about AI. I think it's pretty useful, but what they're doing right now is not good. Actually, make this in deep. I can actually do. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that should be all 30 states, 31 states, 32 states actually, because 00. Why is it just in 00? But it is. This should work. Hmm. Hmm. Something might be wrong. Lodestone compass. Texture. Like misspelling textures or something like that? Let's go over like 0. Yeah. Let's look at Minecraft, Best way is, yeah, Minecraft. Then go into Minecraft, textures, item, if I can find it properly. If you can hear thunder, by the way, ignore that. There's definitely not a big storm. Oh yeah, definitely the clouds do not look, very, dark and angry. Uh, hmm. I don't know what I'm screwing up. Let's try this. Copy this. Go back. Copy this. Nothing. Yeah, I didn't accidentally rename it or something. Uh, I realized what it was. The most stupidest thing ever. So there's resources, yeah? Huh? Lodestone compass? Isn't there meant to be an assets folder? Yes, there is. There is supposed to be an assets folder. That might be a slight problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be the issue. Because when you work on Lodestone, it doesn't work like that. I don't. I'm not going to use item glint on that because I don't know. But yeah, here you go. Lodestone compass, and then we get the compass, which then turns into Lodestone compass. Actually, the question is, should I even try and... Well, I technically have already just generated the textures for a Lodestone compass. Hmm. Well, compass now works. It only points towards north. What's gonna happen is basically what this is gonna become is that this lodestone compass. I don't know why I had a jungle log, but basically it's gonna click into this and become this. I may make a unique texture just to actually show that's a different item, but I don't know what yet. I'll have to figure that out in a bit. But yeah, basically, right click this. This is gonna interact with this. Activate that. So rather than switching this, it'll become this item. So what's one thing I'm gonna actually have to change? And then I'm gonna have to set this up with the data component. Oh, this one. They both look the same thing. I need to get a new texture. So let's see. God damn, it's pouring out there. Um, hmm. I think the next plan of action is literally just to start figuring out what to do for the bundle situation. So, let's actually clear out all of this. There you go, empty. Beautiful. I'm not gonna be touching these textures for a while because I prefer not to. Language and all that stuff has been generated. There's the cache. I probably want to remove the cache from Git if I ever use that, which I probably will after this. Um, Bundles. Let's see that. This actually extends an item and not a specific game. Uh, hmm. Boosted stacks columns, stacks rows. So yeah, basically now we gotta get a bundle. So, this little thing on the bottom, we're gonna ignore the holds can items. Yeah, what we're gonna do is that it's gonna be basically like this once it starts. We're gonna put a compass item in there, and that's gonna be the first thing in the lodestone. Because what's gonna happen is that this is gonna turn into a lodestone compass, which then basically will have a built-in bundle, which then the first thing will only be that. This I'll probably just have it. I may just keep it scrolled if I scroll it. I might just have it as like, so this is the first set of chords. I don't know. What's gonna happen is that I'm gonna have it set like that, and I'm gonna right click, which will unbind that into the bundle. Hmm. Yeah. First of all, this works. This can be the natural state of it, where it's just gonna go to cardinal north, which is that direction. Ah, I see. Yeah, north. Yeah. Now I gotta get the whole bundle menu. Get amount filled. I don't really care about that. Oh yeah, and then this should only be one rather than stack of 64. Because I can't. In the end, it's not gonna be stackable. And the thing is also, it's gonna be built like a bundle, so it's gonna have things inside of it. Yeah. Bundle item settings, super settings. That's average thing. Max use time. Why is there a max use time? I don't know. Doesn't say anything. Awesome. I don't know what field 54 109 and 54 110 is, but doesn't show anything. Item bar color. Alright. Bundles can have different items. Probably not a good item to choose. Purple. I may remove the bar on the bottom though. Because, let's just dot that one. Actually, move this. This. Okay. Do no. No. Okay. See this. Um gonna just grab that and square that out. I love when my mouse is like absolutely broken. You know what, whatever. Basically, where I put it, Ben? Okay, so ignore this. this is gonna be ignored. What we're gonna have is multiples of these. Basically just gonna be multiple of these. So the general idea is basically this is gonna be a compass. Hmm, hey, is that not working? Bill. Okay, maybe I'm just not doing things. No, it's just broken. Okay, awesome. Um, I don't know why that's not working. That probably might be it. Yep. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna use my pen for this because it's like not broken. Okay, as I was saying, switch this. Oh, whatever. So yeah, this is basically gonna be the compass. This is gonna be the compass. This is gonna be, compass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay. We're not gonna have like only 8 slots, we're gonna have up to probably 10. Because, this would be like 9, 10. If I couldn't fit them in. But this is basically gonna be 10 slots. They're gonna have 10 different lodestones. I think for now, until someone wants it more, and then I guess so. But yeah, basically it's just gonna be this. The general idea. Now the thing is I have to make it, do this into first having initially, that. So I can have that working. Let's see. That clicked, unclicked. We just generally want to make the... Let's just see what we can have first. We're first gonna generally just have to make the box. Drop content sounds. We're not gonna be doing that because that's basically... Okay, what's gonna happen is that the right... So then also, so basically, when you put that in there, usually it's like a list of different compasses, yeah? So then we basically, right-click it, and it's gonna absolutely just delete that compass from the lodestone, the bundle. So that basically just says it'll unhook that compass from these lodestones, but I can also just right-click it to unhook. Probably like shift right-click, which would then basically remove that compass connection, and then it'll just switch to the next one. Though I don't know about that one, because it's, that could be dangerous. It could just basically just ruin the compass. But that's basically the band plan. Get these two as an option, so, first it'll become this, then it'll turn into that, then have this, so if you want to remove that, then, bam, loss of time. And when it happens when it has none, I'm gonna have to probably, I don't know, probably just switch it back to a compass. When it happens when it has none, it's just gonna have, because basically when none, it'll become like that, but once it becomes that, then I would say just turn it back into a compass. Should I even make it separate texture then? Going back to that thought again. Because that's just like my thoughts at that point is that what should I do? Because technically what I can do is literally just now is just let's see, so fail sound, contact sound, play insert sound, remove one sound, those useless. Bundle colors is useless. Item entity destroyed. Get tool tip action, max time. That's the weird thing. This is max use time right there, but if we go all the way up here, there's that. So why don't you just input max use time? Oh wait, because it's decompiled, it basically just put the literal value in. Because it compiles it, it dumps all of that in there, and then it just decompiles it, and it just only grabs the actual literal value because it's already put in when compiled. Hmm. Up first bundle, get number of stacks shown, no, get selected stack, no, has selected stack, get item bar color. Item bar step, is item bar visible, drop contents unused, use, unclick, back click. Let's see, what is bundle item? Actually, let's look at the other things. Bundles contents component. Validate occupancy. Stacks occupancy and selected stacked index. What else do we have? Bundles, component accessor, contents predicate, context storage, content selector, context selector, delimiter S2C packet. Right, we're gonna have to deal with networking. I should do that correctly. Oh wait, that's context selector, which is log4j. Nothing important. I need to look at Minecraft stuff, not not Java logging. Bungle, yeah, bungle, delimiter packet, what is that? Bundle delimiter play packets. I don't know. I don't understand any of that. Look, I've only done just basic things, not packets that much, or at all. I don't do packets. I prefer not to, but I'm gonna have to in the future because I have to talk to the server because bundles talk to the server with all the, oh yeah, so pop. Now I don't have it in my client. Now if I get that, I can now pop this into there, pop that, and pop that. That tells the server, which I need to update. I can't just say, oh yeah, so we removed it from its watching. It's like, oh, what, you did? But I didn't get anything, so it has to be in there. But it isn't. You know, that type of stuff. Don't you love trying to interact with client and server side? Sold, bundle, this component, validate occupancy, list item stack, occupancy. Yeah, this just talks about components. Okay, so the contents component is basically, oh wait, we have Data get entity status. Yeah. Look, so we have this component bundle. Let's just dump everything out. Bam, 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 bam. We only have this bundle in here. So what it gets, just click that out. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, we have like general things like our recipes that we have, which nothing important. It's stupid stuff like that. Okay. Now here's the important thing. Now there's the ender chest items, there's their attributes, there's their food level, exhaustion level, spawn particles on fall, hurt time. Oh, this is, I think, probably been dropping with a, whatever it's called. Hurt time, how much damage you, basically when you got hurt. Selected item slot 4. Oh yeah, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inventory, so this is an important thing. We have one item in our 0 slot, which is this one, which has a component of a bundle content. This then has one chest, one grass block, one anvil, and one birch pressure plate, which is also the item ID as a bundle. This is what the server is tracking right here. That we need to know what is the bundle components, what is the item that has the component of a bundle content. We're gonna have to probably make our own our component system, which is gonna be fun. Isn't that awesome? Uh, we're probably gonna have to and make our thing. So let's actually own it. Component type. I like to make things similar to actual Minecraft does it. See this package net up Minecraft types. So now if we go to, you know, the net.minecraft.component.type, and then it goes into all that. Actually, I'll make the this will be the loads down compass the contents come ta-da! There's like 20,000 of these. Yeah, I'll do that for now, and then just not touch it for the longest of time. So, that's gonna be the fun thing. Uh, I just, um, so yeah, that's gonna be something we'll do in the future. I'm actually just gonna put it do. Shut up, component, stuff here. There we go. Perfect. So let's see, so let's see what we've already done at this. So we got data gen working. I've never really done data gen, so basically, that's basically, it is what it is. So we have data gen, which is generating our items, the models, a couple of those models. Look, I'm going to be using data gen whenever I get back into armor training. Because, oh my god, there's a project I did, which basically this is before I realized that data gen exists. And I knew data gen at this point, I just never really used it because it was just something I really didn't know. So I was always just doing this on my own. But I had to basically make armor trims for a set of armor that I was making. Not realizing that it would take 5,000 years to make every single piece of armor with their own respective trims. I preferred to do data generation at that point. I think I've tried to do it a bit, but I just forgot and never really done much of it. Let's see, so now we have clients, so we have our client stuff, which we'll probably have to do is we're gonna have to do custom textures, I think. Though I don't know, it just depends on how much Minecraft will be friendly with me trying to make a custom thing. We got data generation, which then makes the model provider and the language provider, which then we have language build. We got models working. What's the other one? Oh, that was just making the language. Then let's see. We got. This is the newer thing. This is the component type. Then we got the items registered for the compass, which I think this is just, it is what it is. It's just not gonna mess with this anymore. Don't touch this anymore. That's it. I do change that though. Just don't touch this. Never touch it again. At that point, LC items is done. What I need to work is a lot of this. So I'm presuming I just want to see something. Version not. Oh right. I'm too lazy to do that. But I do need to add hot swapping to my thing. Hold on. I get hot swapping. It's a simple configuration that just is annoying. That's just fine. Let me actually close this and rerun it because I gotta make sure it works properly. Maybe I should actually try that now just to see if my hot swapping works. Because let me say, hot swapping is the best thing. Useful. I see. That wait, what? On AZ09 character namespace of location. What? Assets, Loadstone. Aw. But non-AZ character assets don't. Ah! Okay. Let me remove that, apply, and run. Yeah, it was Tuesday, you see. Nope, I'm being a buffoon, basically. That's what's happening. But that seems saying it works. Maybe just do that. I don't know why I would do that, but you know. Compass. I just don't know what would be wrong. What do they change to break that? What? Laptop might use invalid identifier exception. Non A through Z 0 through 9 character namespace location. That's the lodestone compass. The lodestone compass. What? What? Okay, let's try this. Let's run client. Will it work now? No. I'm so confused. Can you explain to me what went wrong? Because there'd be a special character inside here in the assets folder, which it should have been causing issues before. That's lodestone compass. Items, lodestone compass, this is all fine. This all worked before. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the best. We're gonna be doing the best thing ever. Okay. What are we doing? Let's see if it works now. Okay. What? So confused. Why is it doing that now? This that was right. Maybe I just need to that or that. Let's see. I don't know why that would be the issue, but okay, let's try that. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Fantastic. Uh, okay, here we go. Filter to render extension can't get device before it was initialized. What? What? I don't. How long? Hold on. I'm not rendering anything. Not that, because I haven't implemented that at all. Unless for some reason it just did. Completely ignored arguments. Yeah, I put that in somewhere else. I meant to put it right there. That's probably what I was doing, is I'm being an absolute buffoon and just doing that. No, let's just run it normally. No, why? Why? Okay, can't get device. Place to get device. Thing is that I'm not doing anything with the rendering. Let's. Oh, why is it that? Oh, what? When did they do that? I don't remember doing that. Tell Jay, what did you do? Because I didn't do that. I have absolutely no clue why it changed that. Oh, there you go. See, yeah, because this is now working, not working on realms. Now, if I run this, there you go. And I get the lodestone compass. Let's go back to another component with the actual item. I just want to see if this works now. Hot swap this. Get random freeze. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's what the theory that I had was just basically, that this was gonna be the thing where it's like, oh yeah, so you don't really need inventory tick. That's gonna be something later. And I actually set up the thing. This is always gonna have the tag, which is also one thing I need to work on, is that I need to work on this item actually having a tag connected to one of this. So then, but then I also need to have a thing where it actually accesses it, where basically you'll grab it and add to the next thing. Well, first, it'll right click it, it'll check if you actually have it, and then it'll check if the slots that there is left. If there's 10 slots open, then it'll put it in one of the slots. If it's full, then it would say like in the front like little thing down here, it would say cannot add to compass because it's full or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. So let's get back to what we were trying to do. Bundle item and bundles contents component. We're not going to be dealing with any of that right now. Delimiter S2C packet is something I also need to look at, but I don't know what the delimiter means. I don't know what that means. I want an accessor. So it just accesses it trying to get occupancy. Contents predicate. Content type return. Bundle. So there's content storage, then there's fullness property. Okay, so the fullness property I believe is the thing about this. If I put, if I get this, that would tell me if it's full or not. Which is nothing important. I don't need that. Oh, actually, I could use it. Here's the network packets. Probably do this. Da, 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 da. Network. This and there. And then this will be load stone. I'm not gonna touch. Making all this early stuff. Just basically, I have to make a bundle, and then I'm gonna have to prevent it from people inputting items into it, because I don't want to have like a compass where then I can just go, you know, that. Because that's not what's supposed to happen. That's supposed to do that. It's meant to get when it gets added to the list once you interact with the one of the lodestones. Which I'll probably just have it on the top telling the chords of it. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out because I gotta also figure about that. Well, first things first, we have to make the bundle interface render first of all. So, first things first, let's do that. Bundle packet, let's packet, private iterable packet, super packets. Uh, hmm, hmm. So that's just packet stuff. I don't want to run everything. Contents, component, bundle item, content storage. This selected item property, that just checks if we're scrolling through and it has the right item. That's an IBM thing, which is not important. That's the C2S packet, client to server. Yes, I'll have to set that up as well. This Minecraft network, packet, C2S, A. Just then the load, stone, compass, items, selected, C2S, packet. Yes, a mouthful of words. Don't you love Java development? Okay. Bundler class path capture. I don't think that's not the bundle. That's a another thing. These are all other things. That's Minecraft items. Bundle item. No, I want to go through like 20 of these before I actually get to the item. Yeah, register bundle, new bundle item settings, max count one component. I probably do need to make it. Yeah, I need to make a component first, actually. Component data component types bundle contents. So wait, that means I only have to make two components. Cause one's gonna be the bundle context, and the next component is gonna be the lodestone. Bundle contents component. Alt. I see. But if I go to the items, Component type bundle register builder codec bundle components codec. Because it goes back to what this was again. Yeah, because look, get number of stacks shown. Just mass amounts of math. I guess what I can just do is initialize this first. I want to see about data component types, because I actually don't have anything about data component. Component. There we go, basic data components. Data components like data damage. This example is create an integer. Advanced. Final component type integer component register. Static player of commodity type integer builder codec build. Wait, can we add multiple components? Test that later. First of all, we need to make this and then do the lodestone component. That's going to be automatically there. Actually, we could just probably automatically add that with the vanilla version of it. Maybe. Could be with integers, our generic type, integer value for our codec. And component value. Advanced data. For composite components, you must create a record class to store the data. This is the type of register and a component type, and will read and write when interacting with the item stack. Start by making a new record class in the component package we made earlier. Is that an actual thing? No, this is just a basic class, so we're not doing any of that. But I do want to see those. So data component type. So let's see. So the data come in spell correctly types. What a cache. Are we that anywhere else? Okay. Public LC data component types. We do that, so we actually have that on the bottom. So public static component type getter default. We're probably just gonna need to use register. We're doing bundle contents, so component type. Okay, so we're gonna be needing the private static T component type T which is then register, which is then the string name. Binary operator? I've never heard that before. What is that? Represent or An operation of a single operand that can produces a result of the same type its operand. This is a specialization of the code function for when the case an operand. Huh. Interesting. I've never heard that before. Oh, there you go. Now it's working. Unary operator. I've never heard of a unary operator. Component type dot builder. They're doing the type of a component type itself. Builder. Now we're going to be returning a component type, which is not T, just component type, which is then registry dot register, then registries dot data component type, then the name, which is then component type dot builder, which is then the builder operator dot apply component type dot builder again, which then at the end we're which at the end we're build. That's an extra thing. Now I'm screwing up something, I know that. Return component type, which is then registry, register, registries, data component type, which is then the ID, which is then 2:, component type, builder. So yeah, this is itself of its own. Builder operator dot apply component type dot builder. That's fine. We're screwed up something. Okay, let's see. Return component type registry dot register dot registries. That should end with there, right? Yes. A data component type, which is name, which is in the component type, which should end before the build. Yes. Then component type should end behind the builder. Yes, which then builder operator apply. Where the fuck's that one is? Yes. I'm confused. What's wrong with it? I don't understand what's wrong with it. Exact same thing. Maybe I just need to. It should work if I do this anyways. Nothing problem right there. Registry register that registries. This should be at the end of that, which it is. Build's being pissy for some reason. Registry is a data component type, which is then the item ID. Actually, I should probably do that ID as well. Which is then component type. Component type ends right there before build. Then that ends before the builder. Oh. There we go. Builder operator, apply to. Yeah, there you go. There's two different builders for some reason. Why? Hmm. Play Mojang. Get our default, I don't need. Yeah, I don't need get our default. Okay, so public, static, final, component type, which is then gonna become the lodestone compass contents component, which is then gonna come lodestone compass component, because I'm not doing that giant, not that. Uh, Actually, just contents. There you go. I'm not doing lodestone compass lodestone compass contents component type. No point of that. No point of that. IntelliJ. Lodestone compass content. Oh, I'd maybe not do that. Builder. Lodestone compass components content builder. Just builder. Yes. I don't need the text. There's already a wall of text right here. I don't need more. Builder.codec that lodestone contents component dot codec. I don't have a codec, but yes. Oh, where did I go? Where am I? Who are you people? Okay, there we go. Now we do packet codec. Lodestone contents component dot packet codec. I definitely understand all of this. Then bam. Surely there's no errors at all. This is definitely not a paragraph long text. Actually, I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't care. What is this? No. Ignore that. I may make something in the future, depends on what I need to do. So shut the fuck up. Hold your horses. Hold your nays. Okay. I was not expecting to really do this yet. Okay. So first of all, public static final. Well, we do need a list. Abundance contour. Yes, you shut the fuck up. Just shut up for now. Wait, simmer down. Public static final. What was that thing? Codec. Hold on, I'm hoping it's that. Then we're gonna do lodestone stone compass contents component. Whatever else has been yapping about. And packet codec. You should be happy now. Happy. You are not happy. Calm down. Oh boy. I'll just leave that as is because it's gonna be getting annoyed. Codec. Not packet code. This is packet. Oh, great. Public static final packet codec, which I was saying registry byte buff, and then lodestone compass contents component, which is packet codec. Okay, so let's try and understand this for now. First of all, so get the data components. Data components is going to be initializing this whole thing. First of all, it requires to have the ID, which is then, this is what's going to be stored into here. So say in Minecraft, we have the text. The text? Where is it? Okay, so you have the text. Basically, when this is like, where is it? Bundle. Where is it? Okay, here you go. So it says Minecraft bundle contents. That's basically what we're putting in right there. What it's grabbing is this piece right here. So then it will, in our version, it's gonna become lodestone compass, compass contents. Yes, I know. Very, very great. Very awesome. Which then it should list all the items that are in there. So first of all, this just registers, then it first registers the codec and the packet codec. So probably what's happening is that it has its own codec, which is probably the list of items, and then it sends those through packets to ensure them parity with the server, saying that yes, this is what we have on the client. Do you have this on the server? Oh yes, we do have that on the server. Okay, so ding ding ding. So now we gotta get the rest of this working. Nested bundle occupancy, add to new slot, field 52591. Mm-hmm. Don't you love field 52591? Don't you know what 52591 is? If you don't know what 52591 is, then that's crazy. That's impossible for you to not know. Yeah, because this item stack, stacks, fraction occupancy, and selected stack. So I'll first get those. So final list, item stack, stacks, final fraction, occupancy, and final integer, selected stack index. So this is probably, selected stack index is probably the thing of the bundles. So like you see how I have this anvil selected. That's what's probably what this is. Occupancy is how many slots we have remaining, and stacks are how many stacks we have in here probably. Because if I put like if I put this in here, I have 32 stacks of 32 items of like half a stack of that in there. Which is probably not going to be looking at that much. So you're only going to have one item. Though, we'll remove whatever we need to remove later. Okay, so now lodestone compass contents component, which is then going to be the list of items stacks, yeah, fraction occupancy, and integer selected stack index. So then we do stacks is equal or no. This dot stacks is equal to stacks. This dot occupancy is equal to occupancy. And this dot selected stack index is equal to selected stack index. Okay, good. Then validates it to make sure that it's not going there's not too many items left in there. So if it's so bundles only have a amount, like a set amount that's 64, depending on the items. So say if like, book. Get a written book. Let's just do this. There we go. You can only have 16 of this. So if I put this in here, Yeah, we can only have enough for a certain stack amount. So yeah, basically, 16 is like, not supposed to happen. Actually, I have to make another book. I need to check this. I need to make sure. Okay, 16. No. I see. Yes. Keep forgetting that it's not it's left click. It gets weird. Yeah, this basically just ensures selected stack index -1, which is this one. So yeah, this just ensures. Look, we're figuring this out slowly but surely. We'll get there one day. So private static data result. So now this is gonna be lodestone contents component, and this is gonna be validate occupancy, which is then the list, which is the item stack, is stacks. I'm gonna also add in the public static final end, which then I'll set this as selected stack index, which is equal to -1, because that's what's actually that's what field 52591 is supposed to be. So then first it's gonna try the fraction, which is then gonna calculate occupancy with stacks. It's just going to be another method down the line. Then it's going to return data result of success of a new lodestone compass contents component. I'm losing my thing. Stacks, fraction, and selected X. So then we catch if arithmetic, I could spell it. Arithmetic is variable 2. What's variable 2? My guess, variable 2 is probably just like null or incorrect. Variable 2 is probably just like, hey, yeah, you dumb fuck, you got this wrong. Return data result error excessive total uh total I don't know, uh lodestone, wait, there you go. Does it make sense? Probably not, but hey, we did it. We're getting there. We're learning for like until like the next day, and I'm gonna forget everything. Look at my average Tuesday. Big drink of water. Okay. Oh, so there's another thing. List item stack stacks. Public. Lodestone compass. There you go. Which is then going to be a list of items stack, which is going to be the stacks. Then this dot stacks. Oh wait. this stacks dot calculate occupancy stacks, which is then going to be selected stack index. It may just be stack index, actually. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, here you go. Calculate occupancy. This is going to be the important one. So we're going to do private, static, fraction, calculate occupancy. There's going to be a list of item stacks, which then fraction is equal to fraction 0, which usually needs to null or just incorrect. Fraction of 0. You just go against that. Nothing. I don't know. Item for for item item stack. Item stack stacks. Fraction is going to be equal to not moved. Fraction dot adds not absolute. Dot get occupancy so that item stack multiplied by hold on. Read that. By fraction no, we can't do that. We can't get the occupancy from the contents accessor. So it's good to know that we have to get that through the accessor. That's good to know. Fraction multiply fraction dot get fraction item stack dot get count. So this is the math right here that basically just determines how many stacks there are. Because this just depends on if there's this is a stack of item 64. If books are there, it's a stack of 16, and it just divides it by whatever to make it cooperate. Is what I believe it's what's supposed to happen. That's my theory of what's happening in there. And then we're returning fraction. Return fraction. And then if there's anything in there, then just nothing. Okay, so here's the next one. Get occupancy. Static fraction get occ and items stack. Bundles contents component, so it gets itself. Lodestone contents component stack got get. Okay, so now we're going to be doing LC data component types, lodestone content. If lodestone contents component is not equal to null, so if it actually does have the component, which is something I'm actually going to do right now. We're not done with the items yet. We're gonna have to give it a content. Next article 1. Component. What else? Type stuff. I'm missing something. Not lodestone. Which means I should probably also register this to LC data component types to what? I don't think we then register that. It just runs, hopefully. Well, let's get back to what we were trying to do. Okay, so if it's not equal to null, then returned nested lodestone occupant. Oof. So let's go back up to here, because that's the one thing we ignored. So, private static final fraction. This is going to be nested lodestone occupant. Which, this is currently nothing yet. Return that. Oh, we have a lot left. I'm guessing there is just a... There you go, static. Yeah, there's a static file. A static portion of it. Dot add lodestone contents, lodestone compass contents component dot get occupant. That means there's another type of get occupancy. It itself. That's the thing. Gotta be another get occupancy. Bundle. That's this class right here. Just keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going. Then list. Beehive block entity B data? No. It's gonna return fraction dot get fraction 1 stack dot get max count. That's actually interesting. I didn't realize that you can actually... So if I get beehive and bees, so if we get like this and go 1, 2, 3. Now should have 3 bees. 3 bees. It should then determine... Yeah, that's actually really cool. Now if I go out and get a new bee nest because it's just annoying. Get in your fucking thing. Get in your fucking thing. Get in. Get. Awesome, thank you. Now it should work. Yeah, if I put that in there, that's full. Put that in there. Oh, if it just has occupancy in there, then it just sets it as full. That's actually really interesting. I didn't know that. So for some reason, if you have bees in there, it just makes it full. But if you just only have a stack of beehives, just with no bees inside, it's fine. I mean, you could have just, added the data component in there and just said, oh yeah, so if there's like only one bee, only use that much. So then you can have multiple of them in there. That would actually be really nice. You know? That would be pretty nice, actually. Hmm, let's see. Get max count. I'm not really gonna check for bees because that's not gonna be my use case. Main use case is literally just gonna be me trying to actually get amount of, like, hey, do we have over 10 compasses, or do we have 3,000 compasses? Because that's not possible and should not happen. And they'll be like, hey, that's not supposed to happen. You know, can be bundled. Get item can be nested. If stack is empty, that's not gonna be useful, because I think that's just... Yeah, that's just useless, because that's basically me... Yeah. I don't need to do the can be bundled thing, because we're not putting compasses in compasses. That's not possible. That's not possible for our plan. Anything is gonna be, oh yes, so we just, you know, we have compass, we click it on there, that's it. Not, okay, so we're putting compasses inside compasses, so then we can pull out the compass. No, not the game plan. And also, trying to bundle bundles is kind of not going to be useful. Yeah, you can't stack them, so it's useful for like having multiple bundles in there. But if you're trying to bundle multiple things, it doesn't really work because it just fills up the bundle. Hopefully, it didn't just get confusing. Let's see. Get number of stacks shown. So I is this size. Then J is then greater than 12. I can't remember what the question mark was in math. What was it? Uh oh, if else. Okay, I see. I couldn't remember. Okay, so if I is less than or greater than 12, make it 11. If it's less than 12, make it 12. Huh? And then I is the... I can't remember what that was, the absolute of 4? I don't remember. And then L is equal to J, which is equal to 0, which is or 0 or 4 minus K. And the minimum of I, J minus L. Okay, that's confusing, but it's basically meant to show how many stacks are in the item. We're not going to be doing that. Not the plan. Maybe if I want to number them, I don't know. Maybe that, I don't know. So cream, iterate copy, size, get occupancy. Oh, maybe it's that one that's looking at. public fraction get occupancy, return this dot occupancy. We still have the codex that we still need to fix. Is empty, get selected stack, has selected stack. So we don't really use this on anywhere else. Equals. If this is equal to O, which is equal to object, then return true. If it's not, and if object is instance of, then return false. Then, if else, then the bundle contents component of its object is a bundle contents component. Then return this occupancies equals the bundle contents component occupancy, and item stack is equal to this dot stack, or this stacks, and the bundle contents component of stack. So just sure that it is. I won't use it for now. Hash code we don't need. To string. Okay, so here's the important one. Static. Static is just a forever thing that's left in. So codec is equal to item stack.codec, which is a list of flat X maps, which is then going to be a lodestone contents component dot validate occupancy. Component that just goes into component.stacks. Oh no, I'm being a buffoon. I'm looking at the other one. Component going into data result success component.stacks. Why is there a third one? They're not supposed to be there. And packet codec is then gonna be item stack dot packet codec dot collect packet codecs packet codecs to list xmap. Some of these are flying over my head, so I'm gonna try and figure them out in the future, but I don't know. I feel like some of these are just like, ah, yes, they're just there. They're just there for special cases, and you really don't need to remember them. Oh, that's why, because they're doing another parenthesis for that. Which I'm not really doing that way, so. Listed bundle occupancy is equal to fraction, that get fraction 1 to 16. Oh, I see, that's. I'm not sure if I should use the nested lodestone occupancy, because basically 1 through 16, that's the. I think that's just a thing, or maybe that's just to lessen it down to 16 things. Builder, clear, get a search index, get max allowed, add. What? Why is there another get occupancy? Wait, no, that's in add. That's why. Okay, so this is the base component stuff right here. This is what all goes into what. Everything else is other usage for the API and stuff like that. API, whatever. Just its general other usages for things. Now, if I look at contents predicate, okay, let's rerun this and let's see if it actually works now. Huh. Most suitable method found for register, registry, component type, string, component type, return, filter operator, apply, component type. Method registry is not applicable. Not be converted to object. E1 extends object declared in method. 1 extends object declared in method. V2 extends V1 declared in method. V2 extends object declared in method. Extends V. Yes? Hmm. Let me, as your items grow more complex, you might find yourself needing to store custom data aside with each item. This game allows you to store persistent data within an item stack. As of 1.25, that's what we do by using data components. I think it just finally clicked in my head that data components are basically persistent data containers. Because I better understand persistent data containers because I did a bit of plugin work for some groups. And I just for some reason now clicked in my head that, yes, persistent data containers are data components. And so intelligent. Data components replace NBT data from previous versions of structured data types which could be applied to an item task to store persistent data about that stack. Data components are namespace means that we can implement our own data components to store custom. Yeah, because this is basically persistent data containers. I know about that. What I just don't know is actually making a data component that well because, So, registering a component, anything else within your mind, really, you need registering using a component type, which I do have. Okay, so I want to do this as the items then. Public static void registered data component type. The data component type dot registered. That's what I'm supposed to do, right? You. Is there a space right there? I'm presuming that's what you're meant to do because you're meant to initialize this. We're focusing this in detail and based on the advanced component, choosing a sensible class to place this in. For example, we're going to make a new package called component and a class to contain all of our component types called mod components. Yeah, so this is component types, which is mod components. Make sure you call mod components initialize in your mods initializer. So yes, we do this. This is the basic template to register a component type. Public static final component type is my component type is registry registered registry's data component type. Yeah, because we do my component type register, then we have item IDs, registry data component type, identifier of mod ID my component, which is the type, ID, Component type builder codec null build. There are a few things worth noting. As you see, first and foremost, line is made lined with a question mark. This will be replaced with the type of your component's value. We will fill this in soon. Secondly, you must provide an identifier containing the intended ID of your component. This is your namespace with your mod's ID, yes. Lastly, we need a component type builder, which creates the actual component type instance that's being registered. This currently contains another crucial detail we need to discuss, your component's codec, which is currently null, but we will fill this soon. So yeah, we have this as its own codec, and then we have the packet codec. Since what we're trying to interface is our codec, but the thing is that since we're dealing with interactions with items and things that are into our own thing, we need to interact with the server saying that this is our updated list of items, make sure this is your list of items and update that in your side. Builder codec. Okay, basic data components is like Minecraft damage consists of a single data value such as of integer, float, boolean, or string. We're not doing that way. Component type, we're having our own exact component. Yeah, because component type is our own, because we're making a component type, a specialized one. We're technically going under advanced data components. So we're not doing records. Yeah, because here we go. Public static final codec, my custom component codec, word codec builder, turn to builder group, codec float field of temperature for getter custom component temperature. Yeah. So, yeah, so they're making an integer for their example. This is then public static final component integer, which we're doing our own specific thing. So so it's like more of an advanced item, you know, while some people are like doing, you know, basic, oh, this is a sword class, this is an axe class. This is now turning into, yes, this is my own special class. This is like I don't know, a scythe class, which is like a sword and an axe, something like that. So registries of a data component type. We're technically doing this a bit different. Let's look at your reference. Look at your registry. So you're registering this on its own, rather than actually having a specialized register. Not like how Minecraft does. They have their own specialized register of the component type, which is then public. Yeah, because this is basically private static that component type. So then that would be a. So we're doing this in like the lodestone contents component. This would be private static lodestone contents component type lodestone contents component, which is then registering, which is then the ID, the unary operator, which is the builder and the builder operator. So yeah, so which is the ID, which then this ID goes into the registry's data component type, which is what it does there. This is what we're at this point right here in the actual return. Then it goes into identifier, which is then the identifier, which is then the ID, and this is identifier of mod ID and then ID. So component type registries data component type. Then, well, let's see, registries data component type is like what we're doing at this point. Then it goes into identifier of. We need to do that. Okay, is that identifier of. Then it's gonna be I mean, I'm figuring out LC main. I've been doing a bit too much modding with another mod, which I may say again. Then we're gonna be doing ID, ID, Then the component type builder, which is then gonna be a builder, which this is the builder of itself. Component type builder, codec, integer, like build, which we have our own specialized codec system. We have a basic codec and a packet codec. Let's try if this just works if we add the mod ID and then the ID. Oh. Yeah, because they don't have their own version of identifier mod ID, because they're doing vanilla Minecraft. We have our own ID, so it's basically our own mod ID. There you go. Give at S lodestone compass. Let me put this in here. Let me put that in there. Let me just actually obliterate this one. Okay, so now if we data get entity self. So now we should have lodestone compass. Which, yes, we do have that. So, selected slot, inventory, but we don't have the thing yet. Flags. I just don't think it's... Because we do have... So, the component type is registered. We go to the items. What is it, Control I? What is this thing? I don't know. So yeah, then component LC... Yeah. Data component types, component contents. Probably just invisible, because inventory count 1 slot 0B ID lodestone content lodestone compass, which is ID item. Before this, it would actually have yeah, because if I go into here and do this again, so yeah, we have lodestone compass slot 0B ID. So this would be different because then it would be slot 0 ID. Okay, so count 1 slot 8B, and then says here you go components. Then shows the components. Count 32, ID, jungle planks, count 1, ID, chest, count 1, ID, grass block, count 1, ID, anvil, then count 1, ID, birch pressure plate, then it goes into what's the ID of the item. One of two things. It ain't getting its component, or it's just not showing it because there's nothing stored in the component. First thing first is that, we need to really set that up. This just says bundled, this says the compass, but it doesn't show any of the slots or anything specific. Let me check something, actually. Don't need textures. Models. Item. Bamboo, bat, bee, birch. Bundle. Okay, so yeah, that's just that as is. But if we go to item, and then we go to bat, bedrock, bee, birch, black, blue, old. I'm searching bundle because I can't give a care. You went into the other one, didn't you? Or are you your own specialized bundle? I don't know. I have to search up all the way up here because I need to check. No, it's its own specialized item. A black bundle. Let's see here. Select, condition, model, item black bundle, untrue composite, type model, open bundle black, open front has selected item by. Fallback Minecraft property display content. So the GUI is only showing when this is happening. Yeah, it just shows you whatever in the inventory. Besides the pressure plate, because it's like barely seeable. Yeah. Okay. I see. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. So, I don't know if the component is working on this yet, but it is good to know that we have this generally working. So now we just need to right click this to actually give it some interaction. Okay, we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting there. One day we'll get there. Right now, it's going. Uh, you know what? I think I'm going to end it here. We've already made a lot of progress. We've made an item. We made it a component system entirely. So now, basically, I try and get this to generally work, and maybe while off time I can actually look into understanding more about the bundles. The main important thing is I want this to render. I want this to render. That's was the main first step for me, but I couldn't because I just didn't know where to start, so I just started where the component type was. Right now, that is currently being used for something. I don't know where it's being used or if it's just stuck in, I don't know, hell. But first things first, it's a start. I will probably get a GitHub set up soon, so whoever wants to watch me after, like if I'm not streaming, and if you want to see just through, or just you miss my streams, you want to see what the updates I did onto it, then I'll probably put it in the GitHub. Though I hope you enjoyed your time here. I'll see you next time, and I'm going to raid someone. Hold on, hold on. I'm actually gonna raid someone on Twitch, YouTube. Good luck. Good luck for YouTube. Let me see. Let's see who's playing Minecraft, and we just raid someone random. Oh yeah, in other terms, Spaceballs 2. It's out. Or not yet, yeah, but it's been released. Not released, I mean announced. Read it English, you know. But yeah, it's been announced, Spaceballs 2. I can't believe it. Which is really interesting though, because I was not expecting that Spaceballs 2 would actually ever exist. I thought it was technically the end of parody movies after around all that happened. But I guess not. Okay, everything's bugging. Uh-oh. Oh, great heavens. Oh, hello, Ria 11, I'm presuming? You joined at a lucky time. I'm just about to end stream. I'm trying to find someone to raid on Twitch right now. Yeah, I'm trying to end stream right now. I just want to find someone random. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you got in a very unlucky time because I'm about to end stream right now. Like, right now, so. Yeah. Though, before I end it, so I'll say what I was doing. So I was currently developing a mod where I'm going to basically make a lodestone-esque based of lodestone not lodestone, I mean bundle-esque based of lodestone compass. Um Basically what's gonna happen is that I have a bundle, it's gonna mimic like a bundle, but it's gonna be different versions or different connections to lodestones. Basically I get this guy, and they'll be in the bundle. And that's what I was doing. Though I'm gonna be ending stream now, so yeah. Hey, look, if you're interested, then always just subscribe and follow if you want. See my next streams whenever that happens again. Though, as I was saying before, now I finally got it. I hope you all enjoyed your time here. I'll maybe be seeing you guys next time. Good luck, and well, bye bye.